Hey Wildcats! I'm Holbert, and I'm currently a fourth-year student at Chico State, majoring in agriculture science and education. Last spring, I was elected as your 2020-2021 Associate Student President, and I'm super excited for the year we have ahead together. I know it's not the start of the year that we all expected, but know that myself as well as the associated students have your back. We see you and we recognize everything that you're going through because we're going through it too. You know, this conversation I want to label as Spill the Tea with Bree. Even though that sounds super duper enthusiastic and exciting, it has a deeper meaning to it. You know, the more and more that we have conversations behind closed doors, whether it is with the university and associated students and not informing our student body, the more and more the tea kettle that we put on the stove continues to scream out for information, scream out for transparency, scream out to be seen and heard. And know that spilling the tea isn't just some fancy, cute little saying. Spilling the tea is, we're about to get transparent here, y'all. We're about to talk about those things that you want to hear and be able to answer those questions that you want to hear from your leaders at Chico State, so that way you can continue to have those transformational moments, educational experience that Chico State promises that you will have. And so let's have those together. I want to start off with, what's happening in our world right now. Currently, in these last couple of weeks, we've seen, complete pain and suffering that our Black community is going through. It started with terrible police brutality, and it's not just police brutality where this all started. It's systemic racism that our whole country has been built on for hundreds of years and continues to plague the Black community. And so how is Chico State going to respond? A lot of students have been asking those questions, and so have I. And I've been in those rooms, I've talked with folks, and sometimes, if I'm being completely honest, as a student leader, in those rooms, I see the university calling the kettle black. And so I want you to know that AS, especially this team this year, is dedicated to putting our words into action by providing resources as well as programs that will continue to seek transformational growth in associated students and be able to change who we are systemically. And so how we plan on doing that is through a couple of different ways. And it all started with a conversation with my associated student team. Basically one night, I was just feeling the exhaustion of all of this, being a woman of color, and a lot of my friends DMing me and being like, I'm a white ally, I don't know how to help, or like, I'm a student of color at Chico State, or I'm a student of color in high school, and I don't even, how do I feel right now, and who can see me, and all of the messages and the people calling me, and all of it it filled my heart and it filled my mind, and all of a sudden it just burst out into emotion and tears. And I didn't know what to do. I was exhausted. All I wanted to do was curl up myself and not do anything. But I realized that that wasn't going to do any good for anyone. That I was chosen to be a leader for a reason, but I just wasn't strong enough to do it on my own. And so I reached out to my associate student team for this next year, and I said, hey y'all, I can't do this alone. I need help. And so they immediately sent me text messages of Bree, what can we do? How can we help? Let's get a group together. And so now we're working on a whole action plan for the Black Lives Matter movement. This current conversation with you all right now, and then to send out an emergency AS statement denouncing racism on our campus and in our country. And then next, we want to work on programming to be able to meet students where they're at by providing a way for us to build conversations leading up to maybe having conversations with UPD. So our students of color and our UPD can finally meet each other where they're at. Then we want to recognize that, maybe some students of color aren't comfortable with that. And so we want to develop a listening forum. And then lastly, we want to change our AS policy by recognizing Black-owned businesses in order for us to be able to support them financially. We also want to change AS policy by making sure that our AS staff, as well as our students coming into AS, have diversity training before they ever step foot and work for AS. And then lastly, we don't know if this is going to happen, but we're seeking to have a joint resolution with the university to be able to have diversity training for all incoming first years, transfer students, as well as a training that goes on every single year, kind of like Alcohol EDU, where students can take this diversity training to be able to remind themselves of the importance of intersectionality in our world. You know, everything that's going on is affecting us differently. It's really uncomfortable right now for no matter who you are, whether you're a person of color, you're white, whatever intersection you define yourself as. But you know, I am tired of sitting back and just letting things happen. It's time for us to look at the things that are trying to change us and change those systems. So let's do that together. Let's create a change right now. So this Spill the Tea, I hope that y'all, connect with us every month. I don't know how to work Twitter that well, so I'm gonna get some help. But I'm posting this on Twitter as well as my other social media platforms just to inform y'all of what's going on in the university and how we're working to mitigate all of those changes so that way we can grow and change together. Y'all, I'm here for you. Reach out if you need anything. Thanks for joining me for a little Spill the Tea. See y'all.